king of the mountain in cycling. Well, in motorcycling, it's this man here, of course, Carl Harris. And today's the day, Carl. You can obviously do it. I know you've done it before, but it's always special and it's always good with a chance to go out with a win, yeah? Is that what you want?
That's what I want indeed, yeah.
How is it set for Cadwell?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we've made a few changes this morning and the bike's awesome, as ever.
Does it feel as good to be in this position again, or is it better than last year or the years before that you've done it?
Oh, it's good every time.
Has it been harder or easier this year?
I would say a bit harder, but it's like, just keep plodding away.
All right, we'll leave you to it.
Not got much to say, I'm like, just...
We're going to talk to quickly Wayne Lamb, who obviously looks after all the shocks with the guys. I know you look after Carl and also with Leon Cameron and some of the Supersport boys as well. How hard is this track to set up for getting the shocks right?
The track itself is not that difficult to the other circuits because here rear end grip's not a problem. It's all on the front end which you've got to work out.
And how different are the bikes set up?
The Supersport bikes, mainly Carl, is set a little bit on the harder side because he's a bit heavier. But Camille and Vincent about the same.
What about in the super bikes? Because obviously you've got Smarty and people like that, and Rutter, I'm sure, very different guys.
Yeah, super bikes is totally different altogether because you've got different offsets, pivots, and all sorts of things you can try. But basically it's the same thing here again. The rear end's okay, it's the front end we need to sort out.
All right, well, that's interesting stuff. Right, well, just a little bit of time, so thanks to Wayne. And I also want to point out here that Carl has got Kirk number 16 in honour of Kirk McCarthy, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. And Leon Cameron, though, in pole position, looking for another good result. Let's move along. The only man who can stop Carl Harris, and I mean the only man, really, is this man here. And I think, well, there's no other way of looking at it. You got to win today, mate.
Tell me about it. I thought I was going to do it at Crofton, and then I crashed. Absolutely not my fault, but I don't know what happened. I just spun out and down I went. But I've been on the pace again this weekend, consistent times and race tyres, so going to give it my best shot again, like I always do. But I want to win today. It's definitely due.
You've gone for the go faster haircut. What's that?
Birdie accused me of being a bit soft a few rounds ago, so I shaved the head trying to get a tougher look now.
You're not soft, are you?
I tend to ride safe. I'm not soft, but just safe. But I'm going to have to toughen up a bit and just duke it out with these boys. Talking
of which, we saw a lot of tough manoeuvres from the Superbikes going into park. Is that where you're thinking maybe if you've got to get muscly?
Yeah, I think you can get a good slipstream up the back hill. There's quite a bit of wind, and then stick it up the inside and see what you can do from there. But I'll give it my all, and hopefully I'll get a start here and then see how the race pans out. Maybe settle into a good pace and we'll wait.
We all love Carl Harris, but he's looking too smooth for his own good. Will you stop him for us?
Yeah, he's a bit too cocky. I'm going to have to get one over on him.
That's what we like to hear. Let's see if we can, real quick. We haven't got too much time, but I do want to get a word with Stuart Easton, who literally has come back from nowhere. Remember, he was doing the Superbikes and, well, got a little way-sided, I suppose, is the best way, but you're back and back with a vengeance on the second row here.
Yeah, we're back on the second row, like you say. We're only 0.5 off pole, so I think it'll be a really, really close race. But it is good to be back, and it is really all thanks to John Hackett from Ducati Coventry and Ian from Lloyd's British. I'm really thankful to them for giving me the chance to come back, and hopefully I can try and get on the podium before the end of the season for them.
Well, I don't think anybody else has lost faith in you. Do you have your faith back in yourself? Because we know you've got the talent.
No, that's it. I mean, it's always been there, but it's just getting it out. So, I don't know, we'll have a good shot at it and see what we get.
Great to see you back. Good luck in this one. Well, Rat Boy's up there. Back to you.
Camille, now that is a youngster to watch, if I can describe him as a that. He is absolutely superb on a motorcycle, great style. He got pole position, Paul Young looking over his shoulder in the second row, but it's a man to his level. Oh! He did manage to slow it down. That won't get a jump start, I don't think, but it was all but a jump start. But it's a TAS Suzuki that gets the flyer off the front of the bow, and that's incredible. Tom Sykes leads into turn one then. Sykes from Harris, not quite Harris, still Leon Camille, but Harris is going to force him out on the second part of Charlie's, that's almost for sure. So the two Honda men already duking it out in second place. Yes, Harris has gone through into second place. Camille has dropped back to third place. Fourth is Jay Vincent, and then it looks like Lavity in fifth place at the moment. But the Ducati, Le Mans Ducati, looking for a way up the inside of the Honda, not quite getting it there. Whoa, Jay Vincent, Harris goes into the lead. Jay Vincent, I think, may have gone into third place, or maybe it's the other way round. Camille went into third place. We'll see. Yes, it was Camille who went up into third place and Jay Vincent. While I get my Paget's Hondas sorted out. Neil.
Carl Harris, always a lightning start, didn't get off the line. Brilliant in a few races this year, but he's back to his best now. Got the lights, got Leon Camille actually recovered well from that momentarily lapse.
I think he'd be lucky if he didn't dump a jump start.
Yeah, but he was stopped when the lights changed, but he had to
spin him in front of the line.
Exactly.
Well, we'll wait and see just how harsh that might be. We're looking at our monitors to see whether that's going to come up. Race director Stuart Heath will have seen that, of course, but he was stopped and he really didn't get much benefit from it at all. But the lights changed, he was back.
The rules are the rules, kid.
Rules are the rules. Thanks, Jim, you're a harsh man. But, like you say, rules is rules. We'll wait and see. We might even get a protest, of course, if Camia goes on to cause any trouble in this particular race about that jump start. We're at Barn for the first time at the end of the first lap. Look at Tom Sykes in second place on the TAS Suzuki. They have really come off the back of a brilliant Ulster Grand Prix. TAS Suzuki, along with Bruce Anstey, are now the fastest lap record holders in the world, over 129 miles an hour around the Ulster Grand Prix Dundrum circuit. So they certainly make bikes that have got horsepower. Now then, what happened?
Tom Sykes out wide.
Bang! No, something happened there for sure. I saw smoke come from the back of that Suzuki, definitely, as he came out of Charlie's.
Might have been a rear brake moment, just he certainly ran wide there. Whether he was in the wrong gear or a gear too tall, but he ran wide.
Well, the motor's not gone off, has it? It seems to be back with it.
You can see the Ducatis up there. Michael Laverty now up to fourth, and young Stuart Easton there right behind Tom Sykes.
Have another look at this from the wide angle here at the moment. He's just on the right of our pick. Whoa, there's a big touch there, and he had to just back it right into
It could have even been that he lost the front and his knee slider was giving off some smoke, yeah.
Well, he got control of it pretty damn good. Oh, but he didn't get control.
Jay Vincent
down. Jay Vincent has gone off at the gooseneck, I think.
That's Camia.
It is Camia. You're right.
Camia.
Leon Camia crashes out. Well, jump start or no jump start. In fact, he did get a jump start penalty as well. Number 17, Camia, got a 20-second penalty, and now he's fell off and been beaten up completely. So it just wasn't Leon Camia's day. The youngster, he's jumped off round here enough times in the last couple of days. Oh, I tell you what, Jay Vincent made me jump there as I looked at that. Came back, 24 is Jay Vincent, all over him is Michael Laverty, the 22-year-old Ulsterman is right there as well on bike number 4, the Monster Mob 7492 caddy.
Red flag.
Red flag. This will be a two-part race.
Pace car.
Oh, it's a pace car. It's a pace car.
I'll keep you right, kid. Carl Harris stopped there.
Now, where's that happened? That's at Hall Bend.
That's chain off.
Chain off.
Same as having Scott Smart on the Superbikes.
What did I say about the Honda Superbikes? They're the only ones that have actually put a chain tensioner on the motorcycle, and here we have, he's got to roll that back now in neutral over the sprocket to make the pace car. So Carl Harris is not...
I would say you need to get the wheel out.
Yeah, well you can do it if it's a bit slack. Now that happens every year here at Cadwell Park, and Honda on the Superbikes are the only ones that have taken precautionary measures. They put like a tensioner in that keeps the thing in line with the sprocket. Obviously they've not done it on the Supersport, yeah, not on this Honda. Well,
I can't believe you can't get it back on.
Well, normally you can back it back over it, can't you? But it doesn't have to make a
even roll it.
noise.
He's going to try and roll it down the pits, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but he's going to be stone last and be lucky to get any points at all at the moment. So maybe this is not the day that Carl Harris wins the British Supersports Championship, retains the British Supersports Championship. Oh, that's a mess, and it's all jam round there at the moment. I'll tell you what, Carl Harris will wrap that round somebody's neck if they come near him at the minute. I would imagine he is in a most unhappy mood.
Trouble is he's back in the track now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know who did that. That marshal grabbed that bike off of him, and I would not be doing that because his fingers was in that chain at the time. And I mean, the marshal's right to move it to one side, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't be doing it when a rider's fingers are in the sprocket.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation.
I'll tell you who's a big winner out of all this safety car situation. It's Craig Jones on the Triumph.
Yeah.
He's actually up to 8th place. He was closing in pretty good.
Well, Jay Vincent has the fastest lap so far while we take another look at this. And, whoa, big high side there from Leon Camia. Leon Camia. Ouch, ouch, ouch. No wonder he wasn't too quick getting up off that floor.
That almost looked like the rear end of the bike locked. It didn't look like a high side.
He's been goosenecked.
Yeah, he has been goosenecked.
Happens to us all.
Everybody's been goosenecked at some time.
He'll do it at least once. You only normally do it once, though.
Well, Carl Harris.
Like Craner curves
you don't
at
do it
Donington. Carl's trying to get back to pits now because they really need to get...
that tensioner is on there. You saw the tensioner. That looked to me very much like the guide.
You try to redeem yourself, kid.
No, I'm
in
not.
fact, the wheel's out of line. That wheel's out of line.
He's yanked it right out of line as it was jammed in. There's Neil Tuxworth in the middle of your picture. Plus the rest of the Honda team.
Yeah, the wheel's out of line.
Yeah, that would do it.
Oh, big time out of line. Oh, dear me. Carl Harris out of focus and out of the race. We're behind the pace car. The lights are off, so it's coming in this time round. Jay Vincent leads from Michael Laverty in second place, and he's the man that I think has benefited the most from any of this section, because Michael Laverty, if he can win this race now and grab 25 points, he's right back in the hunt for the championship, and I'll tell you what, he knows it.
I wouldn't bet against him either, actually, the way he was going there.
No, I wouldn't either. Tom Sykes in 3rd place, Stuart Easton in 4th place, Matt Llewellyn, Stuart Easton's teammate, in 5th, while we look down in pit lane. Wayne Lamb there to the right, the white power technician, of course. Neil Tuxworth in the back of the shot, trying to calm the... well, I would say that there is a guy that's fairly hot under the collar, Carl Harris, at the minute. He knew that championship could easily be won today, and he was doing it all right. But sadly, here at Cadwell Park, a chain off is what you do not need, and it happens quite regular. Well,
there'll be a few chain guys fitted for next year.
Well, I'll tell you one man that's risking it at the moment, a black eye and a bloody nose, is Jonathan Green, who's managed to catch hold of Carl.
Carl, what happened?
Chain fell off.
That's exactly it, nothing else to it? Can you give me an idea of just how frustrated you are?
Very frustrated. Don't worry about it, it's all right.
Well, you can see he don't want to talk, and I don't really want to push the mic in front of his face. He says it all. He's frustrated. He's had enough, and well, just the worst possible thing that could have happened. Back to you.
Thanks, Jonathan. We are still behind the pace car, and we're about to come back under a green flag now as they drop down barn. They're on the front. It's Jay Vincent who has the prerogative to make this pace as he wants it to be. He backed them all up, but Michael Laverty's gone with him as they come up Coppins and onto the right hand, and that is Charlie's. A difficult section of the course. Jay Vincent knows this place well, but look at that Ducati. That looks really on rails. Tom Sykes there in 3rd place at the moment. Stuart Easton up back in 4th place. So, look at the horsepower of the Ducati out of the slipstream. We are going up the hill to park now. It's a slight hill into the braking area. And the Ducati, Paul Bird's Monster Mob Ducati, leads the British Supersport race here at Cadwell Park. And Michael Laverty, 25 points, while Carl Harris earns none. He's going to put a whole new complexion on this series.
It certainly is. Michael Laverty confident there. We know the tyres cooled down once to set off and once they've been doing a few laps behind the safety car, but Michael Laverty decided he was going to be confident, he's going to go. Jay Vincent just maybe a little bit more cautious, but Michael Laverty's made that move. His new aggression is paying off.
Well, if Laverty can win this with 2 races still to go, he will be 27 points adrift of Carl Harris. That's not an insurmountable amount of points, but certainly Laverty's got to have a little bit more luck like he's had today so far, and of course it's not over yet. We're only on lap 5. He might be struck by the same kind of luck that Carl Harris has been. Oh, gets it slightly out of sorts as he comes through Hall Bends. It's a great bit of track, but it's one that can't make you pay.
Yeah, that's right, mate. He does that. That's good. That I like that one.
Yeah. Down out of park.
You know you're going fast when he does that.
Says a man with a gantry on his leg at the moment from going fast.
Sure, he's not there in 4th position, but he's got his teammate Matt Llewellyn right behind him.
Keep an eye on Matt Llewellyn. He's not over and done with here at Cadwell Park, but it's good to see Stuart Easton. I said earlier on in the day that Stuart Easton, well, at 20 years old and with the talent that he has got, if he doesn't come back to being a front race winner ever again, I will be really surprised. If he wants it in his heart, I'm sure Stuart Easton will be a front runner at a high level in motorcycle sport at some time in the not too distant future, because he really is a great talent. It's all about whether he's got the heart for it.
Yeah, just temporary blip in his career, maybe moving to superbikes wasn't the right thing to do. Obviously it didn't work. He got hurt a few times, didn't know why, so he's done the sensible thing and gone back to a class that he knows and to a bike that he knows really well.
And it's a bike that's working pretty well here as well. Stuart Easton on the Ducati Coventry Lloyd sponsored motorcycle. Matt Llewellyn, his teammate, right behind him. That's a great close-knit little team with well-turned-out motorcycle. Good too that the Monster Mob team, they always assist with handing over bits and pieces. And today, while they were in there getting some exhaust parts earlier on, Monster Mob, Michael Laverty's team owners, of course, assisting with the competition. That just goes to show you British Championship sport in good order.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. Laverty, the fastest lap.
Looking for Craig Jones then.
At the moment. Craig Jones down in 7th place at the minute on the Triumph, but you've got to say this kind of track really suits Jonesy as a rider.
Certainly twisty sections. The long straights maybe lose out a little bit, but the technical stuff is where Jonesy really scores.
22, Gary Johnson on the Dynamax Honda is down at the gooseneck as well. We won't be seeing any more of Gary Johnson if you're sitting at home hoping to get a glimpse of him. So the gooseneck is making you pay. Jay Vincent now with the fastest lap, 1:31.4 on that last lap. So Jay Vincent, bike 24, looking to close back in on Michael Laverty. So the Lavertys, a well-known motorcycle fraternity, to say the least.
Well, we saw how strong Jay Vincent was at Croft, winning up there at Croft and certainly gaining a lot of confidence.
So Jim, what about tyres on these bikes around here?
What we've got with the two front runners are on Dunlops. We've got Sykes on Pirellis. It's difficult to know. I mean, I think the Dunlops have been having a little bit of an advantage during the year, but certain circuits favour the Dunlops, certain circuits favour the Pirelli Metzlers, so I think it'll probably show a bit better toward the end of the race.
Look at the way that the Dunlops are going at the moment in the hands of Michael Laverty. He looks very, very confident, doesn't he? Sticking that motorcycle in as hard as you like. Michael Laverty then looking for the 25 points, and that might well redeem this championship if he has a bit more luck as the season goes on. Carl Harris, if you've just tuned in, A, where have you been? B, Harris is out with a jump chain. Still Sykes as well, having a good ride on that TAS Suzuki.
I was talking to the Dunlop guys earlier in the weekend, and they were confident a Dunlop runner would win here, as I'm sure they always are, but they said that Dunlop works particularly well at Cadwell. I don't know how well it works. There's a few spots of rain in the camera lens there, just looking into the Charlie section of the track.
Just gone a little darker here in the commentary position. Jim opens the door and has a bit of a nose out there.
Jay Vincent past Laverty.
Vincent got good drive there, but he's got to do it on the brakes as well in the park.
Yeah, he made up for his weak start after the pace car. That was definitely an impressive move. He was a little bit weak after the pace car went in.
Laverty then from Toonbridge in Northern Ireland has got it to do again. 20 points will not do. He's got to get 25 here if he can. Look at Sykes and look at Easton. Oh, Stuart Easton's right there. We're taking a look now at the passing manoeuvre from Jay Vincent up the inside of Michael Laverty. Pretty textbook stuff really at that particular part of the track. I think we've got to keep an eye on Stuart Easton in 4th place. He is having a great ride at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't actually move himself through into a podium position, and that really will get his confidence back.
Yeah, well, this is a huge leap forward this weekend, qualifying in the 2nd row, and you see he's moved closer to Tom Sykes there.
I love his style as well, Jim.
I think he could do it getting by Tom Sykes now, actually.
Well, he will do in a moment, but he's got, I think Sykesy and the rest of them are causing a bit of a traffic jam. We're looking at Stuart Easton right there in 4th place. Bike number 3, his teammate just dropping off a little bit now, the slightly more veteran style Matt Llewellyn, who's a damn good rider, it has to be said. And Easton just moving the pace on the Ducati commentary. Bike that's in 4th place, number 3 still leading 24, Jay Vincent from 4. Michael Laverty on the Monster Mob Ducati from the TAS Suzuki.
Stuart Easton on a Ducati, on a 749R Ducati built by John Hackett, and if anyone can get a Ducati running well, John Hackett can.
Well, the Monster Mob boys don't do bad, you have to say as well.
With the exception of the Monster Mob boys then.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're a good bunch the way that... There's Leon Cameo, that's good to see, perfectly okay, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, despite the fact he's just had a real beating at the next corner. We're about to see these boys at the gooseneck. The transition there from on the throttle to off the throttle, then rolling it through the right and then downhill on the left. It's a real tricky one as a transition in the middle there. Jay Vincent, his style suits that section of the track. Look at that, he pulls out a little bit of a lead down there, doesn't he?
I think the spots of range just sort of took the edge off him a little bit there. They've all dropped into 32s in that last lap where they were doing 31s.
Spots are always more difficult when you're the man in front.
20 seconds penalty, I'm being told at the moment, for number 10, Rob Frost. If you remember Rob Frost from the MSS Discovery team, he got sacked at the end of last year, and Rob Frost has got a penalty for overtaking under the safety car. So the saga continues with Rob Frost. Never a dull moment with Frosty. Good to see him back here, though, after breaking his arm out in the Isle of Man TT. But we are focusing on this battle at the front at the moment. It's a 5-way battle. Matt Llewellyn on the back of it, but oh, I tell you what, would have been a very, I always hold my breath just there, it's a very brave move to make that one work.
Tom Sykes is starting to look a bit brave. Remember, Tom Sykes has always been good at Cadwell. I remember him having a huge battle with Craig Jones in the Junior Superstock Championship a couple of years ago around here.
I think he's just the bravest, Neil, because the times are definitely down by half a second at least.
Brave when the others are maybe being a bit more cautious.
Laverty.
Spots of rain.
Laverty up the inside of Jay Vincent there. I think you're absolutely bang on, Jim. We've looked out the window here, the weather seems okay, but you just don't know here. There's clouds passing through every minute. Laverty back up front then.
And that's the trouble with Cadwell. It's over such a wide area that this weather can be completely different at different sections of the racetrack.
Great racetrack.
I think at the moment it's probably mental rain. It's definitely have to slow them down.
Yeah, we've covered mental rain earlier on because we had a bit of that earlier on.
I hate mental rain, especially when told it was just mental rain.
Well, sussing it out, Michael Laverty, mental or otherwise, has gone through. He leads now by an increasing margin over Jay Vincent and Tom Sykes. Still Stuart Easton there in 4th place. I think the only person who's going to be shocked about Stuart Easton's pace here today is probably going to be Stewart.
Well, I'm sure he's really just enjoying it at the moment, just being back in the front race with the guys that he knows he can ride with and riding in front of the Supersport race. So he can enjoy that for a few laps, and then I'm sure he'll get his act together and start maybe trying to make some inroads into Jay Vincent and Tom Sykes.
Michael Laverty just a tear off there, just cleaning his visor as he drops down towards Barn Corner from the hairpin. He's now eking out an even bigger lead. It was 0.55, it's now 7/10 of a second, so really sticking in quite a bit quicker time there, Laverty, than the rest of them. 32 dead compared with 32.8, 32.6, 32.7 of his pursuers. So Laverty now just easing away at the front. Well, those of you watching in Mallon's Bar back in Ulster, of course, will be enjoying this. Michael Laverty, the championship, the British Super Sports Championship, has not gone to HM Plant Honda's Carl Harris just yet. Laverty is fighting back. Carl Harris has had atrocious luck.
Yeah, he really has. Carl Harris needed to finish in front of Michael Laverty or Jay Vincent to take that championship. That's not going to happen now, so it's still...
Well, it's good for us. It's going to the last 2 rounds of the championship, of course. The Superbike Series has closed up after race 1 today. The R6 Cup Championship has been won by Richard Wren, but this championship is going to go to the wire, seemingly just like the Superbike Series.
Stuart Eatson's teammate, number 2, Matt Llewellyn, in the background there, he's catching.
Well, he's been sort of seesawing a fraction. I think it's the 3 in the middle that we've got to watch, whether they are allowing Llewellyn to catch him. I think the man out front at the moment, Michael Laverty, is setting the pace. It was 0.7 of a second last time he came through. You love that, don't you, Jim?
Yeah, I like that. I think Vincent's just realised his drag. He's still catching back up now, and I'm sure they'll all be back in 31s in this lap.
A little bit of a waggle through Hall Bends as we bring it to you.
A little bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit more
that was
than
a bit too much, yeah.
Great control, though.
I think that was so you could read the sponsor's name on the side of the bike.
Well, we did. 1:31.2, fastest lap goes to Jay Vincent, 1:31.222. Jay Vincent is now the quickest man out on the track on that last lap. So Jay Vincent, you can see that, it's closed right down on Michael Laverty. Clive Paget back in the pits. He's had a lot of work to do there. Leon Camia has been off twice in qualifying and practice. Off today as well.
Sykes as well.
And yeah, but it just depends where you're looking, really, doesn't it, on this camera. It's a great camera for watching the passes up in the park. Easton third, Stuart Easton. Well, big shout to Stuart Easton. Really, a podium today would be a great result, especially with the likes of an informed Sykes, because the TAS Suzuki man not hanging about. Take a look at that now. I was watching Jay Vincent thinking he was going to make the pass when Stuart Easton made the pass up to third on Tom Sykes a little bit further back.
Well, I think Jim here was dead right. They were just being cautious over the last few laps just for the spots of rain, but you can see now front 2 here have pulled the pin and the lap times are right back down the 31s.
Black and orange flag is out for Cal Crutchlow on bike number 35. His bike's smoking. The North Point Eckrold Honda has a problem of some kind. There is the black and orange flag. You can see it as they come into Hall Bends. And Cal Crutchlow will be asked to pit and check his motorcycle. It's not a black flag, it's one that means he's got to come in, they've got to check it, and then he'll be allowed back out again. But that basically means Cal Crutchlow's race is just about run, and he's in 8th place at the moment. That'll disappoint him. Over the line they go. Quarter of a second it was last time. It's even closer this time, but you might have expected that because you can see it.
A rider we haven't mentioned is Perariba. He's been a front runner all season and back down in 9th.
He's had a bit of a struggle here and somewhat embarrassingly fell off his scooter last night in front of the Monster Mob hospitality unit, much to their amusement. So there you go.
Yeah, I think this is a difficult circuit to come and do very well in your first time, and I think that's where some of the places, Reba has been riding exceptionally well, but places like Alton Park and here are circuits that he definitely will struggle with in the first year.
It is a very, very difficult racetrack, narrow. Some parts of it are quite quick, certainly a lot of blind corners. And just working it all out to the speed that these guys are going nowadays. Great talent in British Supersport, great talent in British Superbike. Oh, Cal Crutchlow, it's obviously whatever happened to the bike while he had the black and orange flag out. It has been terminal, and he's had to pull off and walk back. So Cal Crutchlow last year in the R6 Cup, this year in the British Supersport Series with the North Point Eckrold team. Great little team. And he's had injury, Cal Crutchlow, for a fair part of the season. Expect him back on the podium for 2005, if not towards the end of this year. Laverty, Vincent, Easton on bike 3, followed by Tom Sykes on the TAS Suzuki. So we have Ducati, Honda, Ducati, Suzuki.
Now we know after Croft, Jay Vincent definitely likes to lead, so he'll be doing everything he can to try and get past Michael Laverty. But Michael Laverty looking very strong.
He was under attack from his own teammate, of course, back at Croft, but Leon Camia just about holding it together at Croft and finishing in behind. The 1-2 for the Padgett's Honda, remember, at Croft. But the championship really is about this man leading at the moment, Michael Laverty. Although Jay Vincent, what am I talking about? Because you just look up for a second. Jay Vincent is only 3 points behind Michael Laverty in the championship. So Jay Vincent is keen to put his championship back on track with Carl Harris. Obviously, Clive Padgett isn't listening to our commentary, otherwise he'd be round here reminding me of that, wagging his finger at me.
Can't get across the track.
Yeah, I think the reality of these two is, I mean, they've got to realise now that both of them are in a chance of the championship, and it's second position for any one of the two. There's no chance for the championship. If they want to win the championship, they've got to win this race. Simple as that.
Wish you'd said that to me a bit earlier on. There it is, the Padgett's Honda team. And Leon Camia is already back there egging on his teammate, no doubt, because 25 points will do Jay Vincent a whole load of good and will move him to equal points with Michael Laverty if they finish where they are at this moment, up and over. Cadwell's mounted.
Stuart Easton could get in this battle. He was 0.3 of a second quicker than both the front runners on the last lap, and Tom Sykes has tagged on as well.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Sykes isn't over and done with yet. In fourth place, he's looking, well, menacing is the word I'd use. Through the hairpin then, down the barn corner now. Tricky little downhill, slightly off camber on the outside. We'll get there in a minute. You run out wide and the camber just drops away. That's reminding me of lunch.
Stuart Easton even closer.
Yeah, bad lap for Lafferty there, 32.5.
Yeah, and he's going to see it as well as we come up and over Charlie's corner onto the Park Straight. Really getting this corner absolutely right now. Out onto the back straight is everything. It really does count. You've got to carry that momentum up to 60 miles an hour, I suppose, 155 miles an hour for Michael Laverty. I've got Mark Richardson's telemetry that comes from the Monster Mob team here for that motorcycle right in front of me. Around Chris Curve, 80 miles an hour, 9,000 RPM. Back to third gear for the gooseneck, second gear for the gooseneck. All the way down to Mansfield, second gear at Mansfield, 52 miles an hour for Laverty here. Then a quick squirt.
Oh! Nice pass.
That was a great pass there. So Laverty stuffs it through.
I don't think there's any mind, they both want to win it anyway.
A master of understatement. Paul Bird enjoyed that, and he's not enjoying his racing lately, is he? Take another look at it. Jay Vincent lined himself up for the perfect racing line.
That was a nice
mega pass.
Tell you what,
mega pass.
Front and back were on the move then.
Mega pass.
Well, that gets the vote at the moment in the game. Neil Mackenzie's got to think of his rider of the day.
Michael Laverty, no slouch on the super motorbike, and they proved he used his skills there.
Yeah, but there's not usually hanked over at that kind of angle when they're sliding them in both wheels.
It's just quite a good race here for Taz as well. I mean, they've had a bit of an up and down season, and even Tom Sykes finishing where he is, give him a bit of a boost.
Yeah, Tom Sykes' teammate down in 11th, Adrian Coates. Craig Jones hanging in there though, it's good to see him. He's doing consistent lap times in the low 33s, but hanging in there.
Oh, look at this, side by side, they're absolutely banging fairings with each other now.
Sykes past Stuart Easton.
And through goes Jay Vincent as well. What a great ride from both. Oh, and he's back at it.
That was contact there.
Very nearly. Sykes has made it on Easton. Well, if Easton's confidence ain't back now, it never will be. He's battling away with Tom Sykes.
I tell you what, you can't knock Stuart's commitment for that.
No, you can't.
He tried.
And we're on the final lap. Can you believe it's the final lap? I've been enjoying it so much. I can't believe so. We're on.
Michael.
Oh, he's going to do it. Oh, is he going to turn it?
Oh, big time. Big time ball.
Bad news that Jay Vincent is going to be the challenger for Carl Harris's
Good news for Stuart Easton.
And Sykes might be able to do it up in the Hall bends and the hairpin. If he gets great drive through, bends now.
It's getting the tears.
We're coming down to the hairpin. Bottom gear it's going to be.
Tom
He's going to go for it. No, not chance. Jay Vincent keeps it tight. That's going to be it then, unless there's a mistake as they come to the back marker. On to barn and to the end of this absolutely brilliant British Supersports race. It's going to be Jay Vincent who takes his second win in succession for Padgett's Honda. Second, Tom Sykes. Third, Stuart Easton.